That's right, folks. It's the NBA playoffs coverage here on YouTube. This time I'm talking about the Dallas Mavericks against the Houston Rockets. Yes, a compelling series. Yes, it is. Very, very compelling. Let's go ahead and just jump into the star conversation. James Harden has had an MVP type season. And, without him, the Rockets don't get the number 2 seed in the West. Let's just go ahead and call it for what it is. You can say the same thing about Steph Curry. You take Steph Curry off that Warriors team. Where are they on the West right now? What, middle of the pack? Near the bottom, probably where the Mavericks are. So, definitely James Harden is a star in this whole matchup here. And then looking at the Dallas Mavericks, Dirk Nowitzki has been doing it for a long time. And I'm not, Dirk is not necessarily, the 30 and 10 guy that he used to be. You can see him slowing down a little bit, but this guy still has probably one of the most beautiful shots in the game of basketball. It's a rainbow shot, but it seems to always go in. He's got that length, he's got that athleticism. Those are the 2 stars in this series for sure. Now, X Factor's just the X Factor list in this series is so long. It's probably one of the most longest between all the matchups that I'm talking about this whole, first round. When you look at the Dallas Mavericks and their X Factor, I don't know if he's hurt. I don't know if he's going to play. I think he's going to play. But Chandler Parsons, the former Rocket, I know some of the Rockets fans might be like, Chandler Parsons, but they know how good he is. I know how good he is. And that guy is a clear X factor in this series. This team can rise and fall with the performance of Chandler Parsons. Not necessarily, looking at a guy like, Monta Ellis, who's also a guy that you could say is an X factor, or a guy like Rondo in the situation. Rondo's probably in the perfect position to be an X factor. Nobody's really expecting for him to do, triple-double damage, but he could do that in this series if things get kind of out of hand for Houston defensively. And, that's something that I want people to make sure that they look at when they look at this series. This is going to be probably one of the most clearly, it's going to be one of the toughest series, back and forth, nip and tuck. And I for sure think that this series is going 7 games. Now, when you look at the Rockets X Factor, yeah, it's safe to say that you can look at Ariza, you can look at Corey Brewer. It's just, there's just so many factors in this series. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. You can look at Terrence Jones, a guy that came back mid-season. Dwight Howard. There's just so many X factors in this series to the point where you just can't pick one. You just have to pick everybody. Everybody that's not Dirk Nowitzki, everybody that's not James Harden is an X factor, basically, because both of these teams are so evenly matched. You know what I'm saying? You'd be like, WC, oh, well, one finished second and then one finished 7th in the West. Who cares? Who cares? The playoffs is a different beast. You guys know that. If you're watching this video, you already know that. Now, getting into the intangibles. The intangibles in this series is just straight down the middle. Houston has playoff experience. They have playoff vets. They have seasoned vets. And the same thing with Dallas. The intangibles are straight down the middle. There's just nothing that completely separates these teams that are like outside forces from either team winning in 7 games. All right. Now, like I said, this is probably one of the hardest series for me to call, but it's the WC, so I got to give you guys a winner. All right. Dallas has had a very good year, but I don't know if Dallas can get consistent play from out of Monta Ellis, like I said before, from out of Rondo for 7 complete games. I don't know if that can happen. So due to that fact, with James Harden and Dwight Howard coming back healthy, I think that the Rockets definitely get out of first round this year. I don't think that it's just nice curtains on the wall for the Rockets to finish in the 2nd seed. I think that they're definitely serious contenders this year. But if they get anywhere, it's definitely going to be because of Harden. And the bench play, man, it's just so evenly matched. That's something I want you guys to look out for in this series. So let me know how you guys feel. It's a WC. It's the NBA playoffs, man. Are you ready? Are you ready to see 7 games in this series? Because I think that the Rockets are going to win 7 games here. So let me know how you guys feel. and I'll see you guys next time.